this is bacteria. But what is bacteria? Bacteria is a type of biological cell that constitutes for a large domain of prokaryotic microorganisms. They come in a large number of shapes and are typically a few micrometers long. Shapes may include spheres, rods, or spirals. They were among the first organisms on Earth and are almost in every habitat on Earth. And these guys can do a lot of damage. Now that's a lot of damage. I'm sure you're asking, how can we treat these things? Well, we use an antibiotic. An antibiotic is a type of antimicrobial species or substance that helps in the aid of fighting off an infection. The antibiotic can kill or inhibit the growth of the bacteria. The antibiotic can break through the wall and then crush and destroy the bacteria, or it can slide through the wall and block the ribosomes from making protein, stopping it from living. But these bacteria, they have the ability to become resistant to the antibiotics. Every time you take an antibiotic, it kills the bacteria it's supposed to. At least it should. But when it's taken irresponsibly or just unneeded, what happens is that it kills the bacteria it needs to, but also it kills other ones that's not supposed to. So those ones are able to reproduce and then become resistant to the antibiotic. This happens through mutation, and when the mutation is lucky, it's able to become resistant to the antibiotic, thus making it a antibiotic resistant bacteria. Think of it as evolution. The bacteria is being killed by the antibiotic, so it adapts to its surroundings and almost evolves into a better bacteria for its environment it's in. But these bacteria are smart. So smart, in fact, they will share their resistant gene to the other bacterias, thus making even more bacteria resistant. It's terrible, I know, right? It's a process. It's called conjugation. But don't worry, there's ways to stop the spread or make sure this bacteria doesn't spread to yourself. One way is use antibiotics the right way, okay? Only use the prescribed amount, don't use more, don't use it after the date it's supposed to be used, because each time you take it, it's supposed to kill the bacteria. If you take more, or if you take more after days, it's killing bacteria it doesn't need to, which makes it even a higher chance of making this bacteria that's resistant to it. Another big one is proper hygiene. Washing yourself and washing your hands. That's another big part to stop the spread of bacteria, whether it's normal bacteria or bacteria that's resistant to antibiotics. Very crucial step. But healthcare facilities, they need to do their part too. They gotta wash their hands from room to room, and they gotta give these patients with antibiotic resistant bacteria their own separate room away from the normal population, because they need to stop the spread of the bacteria to everybody else. Also, they need to be cautious of visitors coming into these rooms. They need to wear full gowns with gloves, decked out to cover their body from any bacteria that may want to enter it. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, you take all these precautions, you're safe, right? You're not safe. Guess what? The animals we eat, they gotta deal with the same problems too, but they don't have a choice over it. Because large food producers, they have a huge overuse of antibiotics for their livestock. And all this does is speed up the process for bacteria to become resistant, as it kills the old ones that are susceptible to the antibiotic, and when those ones mutate, it makes new ones that are not viable to being killed by the antibiotic.